What is this part right here? And how does it save your D-Max or your MUX thousands and thousands of dollars? Stick around to find out. Now, there's a couple reasons you might be here. First one is you're just trying to work out what the heck this is and what it's for, or maybe this issue has happened to your car before and you're just trying to work out how it doesn't happen again, because it's happened twice to me and I don't want it to happen ever again.
All right, this right here is an AC support bracket, and what it does is it mounts around the AC line just before it enters into the firewall of the car there. Why? Well, the D-Maxes and MUXs are notorious for the evaporator coil breaking just behind the firewall, and then the evaporator needs to be changed. Now you might be thinking, oh yeah, all right, evaporator needs to be changed. The issue with it is it often sits just behind the firewall, meaning the whole dash needs to come out of your car, including the steering column. And if you're wondering, yes, this has happened to me twice. Now, I'm sure I'll put some photos on the video so that you can see what the heck actually goes on, but it is a massive job and it's pretty hard to do yourself. I had to get someone else to do it because I didn't know what I was doing, and it costs a lot of money. It could be anywhere between $1,200 to like $3.5 grand. So I've got this to hopefully prevent it from happening ever again. Now, basically the way it works is this aluminium, it's 4mm aluminium, so it's very thick and very strong, sits onto the body of the car. And then this middle bit here is a 3D printed plastic, which is a little bit squishy, and it sits over that AC line, basically taking out any of the vibrations and bumps that air conditioner line gets, and it absorbs it through this plastic bit in the middle. And because this reduces the vibration, it also reduces the chance of it cracking or breaking behind the firewall. This product is made from a guy on YouTube called Shed Time Down Under. He's done an excellent job of making such a high quality product. There's a couple more of these out on the market. However, this one looks really good. And as I said before, 4mm thick aluminium, you just know it's gonna hold and last the test of time. All right, so let's get into it, and I'll show you everything you're gonna need to fit one of these AC support brackets. All right, first step you're gonna need is to take this plastic cover off over your engine. Next up, you want to undo this intake sensor plug. Okay, the third thing you're going to need to do is undo this 10mm bolt here, and also this 10mm bolt here, and also the tube clamp that sits over this. Next up, you want to lift this rubber fitting off of the fuel body. Just make sure that you cover this up because you don't want anything falling in there. So maybe like a clean rag or a cloth or something like that. Next up, you want to grab a 4mm Allen key and undo these two bolts above the mounting support bracket there. Take that out. What we're going to do is we're just going to slide this and sort of loosely fit it over the AC pipeline so that you're in the rough position. So that's kind of what it looks like pulled apart. Yeah, pretty neat setup. Alright, so this is roughly where you want to position it. Just got some cables there. As you can see, there's a crease in the aluminium there, and that sits on the crease of the bodywork here. So now I'm just going to put a texture in there, mark where my holes are, and then install these riv nuts. Now I'm just going to do a pilot hole into there, and then basically work out the size that I need for the riv nut part, which basically just goes in like a pot rivet. However, it's got a thread inside for the specific screw. seated nicely in the metal there. There you have it, guys. That's the 3 riv nuts mounted into the car. Now to screw off our AC support bracket and tighten it all up. Put everything back together as it was before. Alright, the bracket is in, and as you can very well see, it takes the pressure off of the AC line further back there by the firewall and just keeps it nice and sturdy. And those riv nuts really hold it well into the car itself. That black plastic is going to do a great job of absorbing all the vibrations and the pressure. So now let's put all the engine bay back together like it was before. But yeah, job well done. Thanks for watching, guys. There you have it. That's the AC support bracket installed and all done. One of those things which is just so good to have done, and I feel like I can just rest a bit easier when I'm full driving, just knowing that that's a bit more supported. So definitely a good thing to have and could save you thousands and thousands of dollars. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.